For a long time, CD drives were the pinnacle of optical drives for PCs. They were the gotta-have things. However, they're slowly being replaced now by a newer type of optical drive called a DVD drive. Now, DVD is a new generation of optical disc storage technology. A DVD is essentially a bigger, faster CD that can hold theater-quality video, audio, still photos, or computer data. If you look at a typical DVD disc, you'll see that the dimensions are pretty much the same as a compact disc. By the way, there's a lot of disagreement on what DVD actually stands for. Right now, the accepted acronym is Digital Versatile Disc. In the early days, it was Digital Video Disc, but they didn't want to limit it to just video, so it kind of got changed to Digital Versatile Disc. And kind of the common acceptance now in the industry is that DVD really doesn't stand for a whole lot of anything. It's just a DVD. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. A DVD disc, if you look at it, has pretty much the same physical dimensions as a CD-ROM drive. So that begs the question, how do you get a lot more data on a DVD as compared to a CD? Well, if you were to look really closely at a CD and look how wide the track is that's written on the bottom of the disc, it would look something like this. By way of comparison, if you were to look at the track written on a DVD disc, you would see that it looked something like this. This is an exaggerated example, but it gets the point across. The CD track is much, much wider. A DVD track is very narrow. This allows the DVD to store a lot more data than a CD. However, it also causes a lot of problems with DVDs. A CD has a lot of room for error. As long as that read laser is hitting somewhere in this track, we're all right. With a DVD, however, that laser's got to be very precisely aimed. And any distortion or problems with the DVD, such as an unbalance or a wobble, causes problems. It causes the laser to miss the right track. With CDs, burnable CDs, we used to have these stickers that we'd put on the top for labels. Well, they don't work real well with DVDs because they tend to throw the weight of the DVD off, causing the read laser to be jumping all over the place instead of being on the track itself. Just like with CDs, there's a variety of different types of DVDs. We're going to take a look at those here. The first one we want to look at is DVD video. If you've ever gone to the video store and rented or purchased a DVD and watched it on TV, you've used a DVD video disc. DVD video allows you to store over 2 hours of high-quality digital video on the DVD. It also supports different aspect ratios. A typical television set has a 4:3 ratio, just like our PC screens. However, HD TV uses a 16:9 aspect ratio. DVD supports both of those. DVD video also supports up to 8 different tracks of digital audio, which allows you to have multiple languages, commentaries, etc. In addition, you can have up to 32 different subtitle tracks. In addition to DVD video, we also have what's called a DVD-ROM. A DVD-ROM is a PC version of a DVD disc. Basically, it's much like a really big CD-ROM. Now, a CD-ROM holds 650 to 700 megabytes of data, which for its time was a lot. However, a DVD-ROM holds 4.7 gigabytes of storage, and that is a lot of space. Also, like a CD-ROM drive, DVD drives are rated according to their speed, and they're rated in much the same way. We have a 1x, a 2x, a 3x, a 4x, etc. However, the speed involved is very different. With a DVD, a 1x drive transfers data at 11 megabytes per second, a 2x drive transfers data at 22 megabytes per second, a 3x drive transfers data at 33 megabytes per second, and so on. Now, just like we have recordable CDs, we also have recordable DVDs. The first one we need to look at is the DVD-R. We'll see in just a minute there's also such thing as a DVD plus R. However, you should never refer to this as a DVD minus R. It's just a DVD-R or a DVD-R. A DVD-R works in basically the same way as a CD-R. We have our DVD disc. The bottom of the DVD is coated with an organic dye, just like a CD-R disc. In order to write data to it, we have a high-power laser in the DVD-R drive that fires and hits the bottom surface of the DVD-R disc. When that happens, it creates a dark spot, which functions like a pit on a CD or DVD. It doesn't reflect light, so we have our pits and lands again, our reflective areas and our non-reflective areas. A DVD-R is compatible with most DVD drives and PCs, as well as most DVD players. Just like a DVD-ROM, a DVD-R holds 4.7 gigabytes of data. Now, there are actually two different types of DVD-R. There's what's called the authoring version and a general version. The general version of a DVD-R, sometimes written as DVD-RG, is intended for home use, and it writes with a lower intensity, lower quality 650 nanometer laser. A DVD-R authoring, or DVD-RA, is intended for professional DVD development and uses a very high quality, high intensity 635 nanometer laser. Now, DVD-RA discs are not writable in DVD-RG recorders. If you go down to your local computer store and buy a DVD-R burner, it's a DVD-RG more than likely. DVD-RA burners are very, very expensive, as are the discs. However, DVD-RA and DVD-RG discs are both playable in most DVD players and are readable in most PC DVD drives. Now, with CDs, we had a CDR and we had a CD-RW. We have the same thing with DVDs. We have a DVD-RW as well. Just like a CD-RW, a DVD-RW uses a crystalline coating on the bottom of the DVD. When a laser hits it, it causes a crystal to form, which reflects light. Now, the DVD-RW was developed by Pioneer based on the DVD-R. The tracks on the bottom of the disc are basically the same. DVD-RW is playable in many, not all, DVD drives and many, not all, players. Just like a DVD-R, the capacity of a DVD-RW is 4.7 billion bytes, or roughly 4.7 gigabytes. Typically, a DVD-RW disc can be rewritten about 1,000 times or so, depending on the quality of the disc. Now, here's where the confusion starts. We have a DVD-R and we have a DVD-RW, right? Well, there's two other types of recordable DVDs. We have a DVD plus R and a DVD plus RW. Now, typically with PCs, the CDR came before the CD-RW. The DVD plus RW actually came before the DVD plus R. DVD-RW is an erasable format based on CD-RW technology. Just like a DVD-RW, a DVD plus RW uses a crystalline coating on the bottom of the disc. When a high-intensity laser hits it, it creates a crystal, which reflects areas where the laser doesn't hit, don't reflect. We have our binary data. Now, a DVD-RW drive it can read DVD-ROMs, and it can also read CDs. Usually it can read DVD-Rs, although sometimes not. And it can usually read DVD-RWs, although sometimes not. Now, most DVD-RW drives can also write to CDR discs as well as CD-RWs. The capacity of a DVD plus RW is 4.7 gigabytes, just like a DVD-RW disc. In 2002, a write-once version of the DVD plus RW was released called DVD plus R. Now, just like a DVD-R or a CDR, a DVD plus R disc uses dyes on the bottom of the disc. Wherever a laser hits, it creates a dark spot, doesn't reflect, so we have our pits and our lands, reflection, non-reflection, so we can encode binary data. Which of all these different formats is the right one for you? That's a good question. There's lots of argument in the industry with respect to DVDs. Is a DVD-R the best? Is a DVD plus R the best? Same with DVD-RW versus DVD plus RW. You're going to have to just try them and see what you like. Basically, there's a higher degree of compatibility with DVD-R and DVD-RW. If you're going to be creating discs that are going to be used on a variety of different players or in a variety of different drives, the compatibility is a little bit better there. However, there's some advantages to DVD plus R and plus W. Although they're not quite as compatible, They also allow a lot of different things, such as editing right on the disk. At any rate, you're going to have to look at them, decide, and try. Now, when you're picking a DVD or CD drive, you need to take into consideration the type of interface you want to use. There are 4 basic interfaces that are used for CD and DVD drives: IDE, SCSI, USB, and FireWire. IDE optical media drives tend to be the less expensive and the most widely manufactured of all the options. However, they're usually only implemented as an internal drive. If you want an external drive, then you need to look at USB or FireWire. If you want a higher-end DVD or CD drive, then you can look at a SCSI CD or DVD drive. They cost a little bit more, however.